You're listening to the Houff and Gill Show with your host Tyler Houff and Earl Gill on 107.9 The Fan.
107.9. We on 107.9. We on 107.9. Nah, good morning, everyone.
Before we get started, man, stop what you're doing and push that little red button down at the bottom called subscribe. Push it and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We drop good content every week, man. So we think you'll enjoy it.
What am I part of? Look, let's see.
Fraternity.
Okay, now see, we learned something today. You remember which one I'm a part of? It's a what? Not a fraternity.
No, that's a fraternity.
No, that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, a fraternity.
You trying to get, I ain't pregnant. I don't think I'm pregnant. Somebody said I was a part of Apple Fried Apple, and I didn't appreciate it.
Why you had to do it to him, Kilo? What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another special edition of the Power Hour with Houff and Gill. What's up, Gill? How you doing, my boy?
Man, I'm doing good. My house lost, but it's all right, man.
Hey, I told you, Duke the national champions. I already told you that, man.
Man, Duke trash, man.
Oh, man.
Duke trash.
It's all good, though. But we do have a special guest with us. None other than my boy, Dee Holt, Darian Holt. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Already, bro. I already appreciate you joining us, man. Just go ahead and start out by introducing yourself to people who may not know who you are. I know a lot of people know who you are, but go ahead and introduce yourself to people who may not know who you are.
For sure. So, again, my name is Darian Holt, but most people know me as Dee Holt. As of recently, a lot of people know me as Mr. Apple Fried Apple. But with all that being said, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, born and raised. I'm a country bumpkin, but I'm an educator here in Jackson with Alcorn State University, undergrad. That's what I rep. Then I got my master's from Jackson State. I don't talk too much about that because, Alcorn, Jackson State. If I say it's a rivalry there, I'm gonna leave that all alone. But yeah, I'm a Mississippian doing my thing. So for sure. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Already, bro. And as you said, everybody obviously clearly knows you as Mr. Apple Fried Apple. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a real frat name out, like the kids.
Yeah.
But
That's how it was supposed to be. That's how it was supposed to be, though.
Yeah, man, for sure. But just kind of talk about that journey, man, because clearly you went viral off of your students. You're a, sixth grade teacher, is it?
Right, yeah, sixth grade teacher.
Okay, so your students didn't know your fraternity name. You were part of Alpha Phi Alpha, but they were calling you Apple Fried Apple. So
Right.
kind of talk about that, man, going viral off that, and what kind of led to, that journey, bro?
Yeah, it's really been crazy because it was just so spontaneous to the point where you just would have never expected it to go the direction that it went to. So, as you mentioned earlier, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. That's my organization. I cross Alcorn State University, Spring 15, Ace Club, so all that good stuff. So I made my, introductory to the Greek world, 2015. I started teaching in 2019. And I used to walk around with my briefcase. I had, my Alpha Phi Alpha briefcase, and my students would often ask me, like, what does your briefcase say? I have my shirt on. They, what does your shirt say? And I say, it says Alpha Phi Alpha. I tried to explain to them. They in sixth grade, so they really not too familiar with it. I'm like, yeah, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And I was like, okay. What'd you say, Apple Fried Apple? I was like, no, I said Alpha Phi Alpha, but I'm from the South, so I'm like, am I just that country to the point where it just sounds like I'm talking about apples instead of, alpha? And does it sound like I'm saying fried instead of phi? But anyway, they thought I said Apple Fried Apple. Long story short, they ran with it. I walk into class, hey, Mr. Apple Fried Apple. Like, no, that's not my organization. I'm not no apple, I ain't no fried, I'm not none of that. It just went crazy, man. It just kind of stuck. But, when I realized how much effort they put into calling me Apple Fried Apple, I said, you know what, my creative juices just started flowing. I was like, man, I'm gonna make this a teachable moment for them. I was like, I'm gonna put them online. I came up with line names: Applejack, Pineapple,
Snapple, apple, candy apple, all that good stuff. And I went and got them some shirts, you know, with their line names, with their line numbers, everything like that. And it was field day. So field day, I gave them their shirts, I gave them their numbers, and I posted on my social media. And man, it just went crazy. It just took on a life of its own, like I said.
Representation is big, man. I see you got the Braves on there. You know, I do a lot of business with the football team. Shout out Coach McNair and them over there, and Elliott, the O-line coach. But you a Jacktown dude, man. You from the Jack, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you not go to D.R. Love and you went way somewhere else?
All right, so funny story. So I'm gonna start off from the beginning and then I'm gonna make my way to the end. So my mom and daddy went to Alcorn, my grandparents went to Alcorn, auntie went to Alcorn, uncle went to Alcorn, cousins went to Alcorn. So I come from a family full of Braves. I have family in Port Gibson, so that's literally 10 minutes outside of Alcorn. So that's what I grew up on. You know, I used to go to the games every weekend, tailgate every weekend. So that literally was like ready, you know, in me at a young age. So I already knew I was going to Alcorn off rip, although I lived my life in Jackson. But with that being said, you know, I'm an Alcorn at heart. I'm an Alcornite at heart, sorry. But I just recently graduated from Jackson State with my master's degree. You know, I don't like talk about it too much because they get a little too big head when I mention it. But yeah, I just recently got my master's from Jackson State, so I'm a fall 2021 graduate of Jackson State, but I'm not gonna mention that too many times.
So my question, Gil asked you, you know, why Alcorn? My question is, why Alpha?
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, we were the first Greek letter organization off rip. So I mean, we were the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? You know, everyone else just kind of fell through. And I mean, we super distinguished. We think about Alpha. I mean, we moving onward, we moving up. So you think about my mission or my initiative with Amplified Alpha. My end goal is I want to create a space where, you know, kids can make their way to HBCUs, where kids can get, you know, receive academic excellence, things like that. So when you think about Alpha, I mean, we the epitome of essence. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't too many that really too much compared to us. Martin Luther King was an Alpha. So you think about how he was, and hey, that's what we strive for.
Fair enough. So kind of talk about why you got into the education thing. What made you want to get into education, and kind of talk about that journey as well.
It's very unique, honestly. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with y'all, man. I never just truly was investing into education as far as just me pursuing education. So I was all about education as an individual, you know, hiring my education. But I never just wanted to go into teaching. So I was at Alcorn, my math. So when I was at Alcorn, I was actually a nursing major. Then I left. I switched from nursing to pre-physical therapy. So when I graduated, you know, got my biology. So you know, overall, you know, I was a science major. Graduated. I worked at a physical therapy clinic as a physical therapist technician. Tried to get into PT school, didn't necessarily work. So I went another direction. So I actually, as I mentioned, I just graduated from Jackson State with my master's in public health. I started teaching literally once I started working on my master's degree. So I started teaching in 2019. I was like, okay, I'm teaching. Well, I'm working. I'm working on my master's right now, but I'm looking for another stream of income so I can pay for school, things like that. So I start off as a sub. Got to the school system. So the school I teach at is actually a charter school. So once I got to the charter school, they kind of fell in love with me. The relationships I had with the kids, I was like, hey, you know what? We would love to offer you a full-time position. And, you know, with me already having my background with biology, aligned with science, like, you know, it was a perfect fit. Again, I just kind of fell into the system. And what I realized was, like, as a Black male, I was able to make a difference. I was able to relate to the kids a lot better than other educators were. And it was just different. But it's like, you know, they can respect how I came at them, and they can respect how I would listen to them and things like that. So basically, I was kind of like that bridge to like, I was in tune with the kids. So it just kind of all worked out. But it was never just, I never, it's true, it was just something that happened, honestly.
I got a question, man.
Go ahead.
Right.
Do your kids know how lit you are on social media?
They do. I'm a crazy part. They knew how lit I was when I was subbing for them.
For real?
So like, yeah, I mean, because I was starting off as a sub, then they made me a long-term sub. Man, these kids was I saw you on the Shade Room. Like, man, I saw you on the 85 South show. Was that you? I saw your tweet. Like, man, they literally kept up with everything I was doing. And I couldn't even blame them because, like, maybe they stalking me. But, like, you think about these big social media platforms, like, obviously, you really can't even hide the fact that, you will see this social media. So everyone bound to see everything.
Does that make you move differently?
Man, sometimes. But I'm gonna put it like this. I had a lot of stuff going on before I started teaching. So I kind of monitor myself sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm still true to myself. Because even before I started teaching, I had a lot of content before I started teaching. And I don't, people are like, oh, you the teacher? Like, I'm a teacher, but I'm still Dee Holt.
So at the end of the day, yeah, you're still human and you still got a life to live. So, and I feel the same way about, me.
You don't want to put yourself in that box. And I do so many other things outside of teaching.
Yeah.
Like I'm going into I've been doing a lot of hosting things. Like I be at HBCUs, I may host an event. I may go out of town, like, hey, we want you to host at this certain venue and, things like that. So I want to make sure I'm well diverse and I can reach out to different avenues rather than, oh, he's just a teacher. Like, no, that's not necessarily the case because I never was just strictly invested in teaching 100%. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, man, I want to shout out on social media, man. You got 30, 40 something thousand followers, man. You lit.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you about social media, man. It's like that golden ticket to like everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think about it, man. I was on the Nick Cannon show. It's no way that think about back in the day. You have access to so many people. You can reach. Your reach is so different with social media. So my main purpose and my main goal is to utilize my social media, obviously for content, for laughter, for the enjoyment of others. But at the same time, like, man, how can I reach out to people that I may not be able to reach out to personally? So, I provide the content and they're like, okay, we like that. Man, we want to fly you out to New York, man. I want you on the show. I love what you're doing in the community, things like that. And that's my main thing. Like social media, I've been able to reach out to so many like people that are so outside of like Mississippi. And, I feel like that's just pretty cool how you can utilize that social media to, network and just reach out to people that you just never thought you would really get in communication with or just even get to really notice. So that's my biggest. I just keep going.
So talk about, you just said you was on the Nick Cannon show. So talk about how that happened and that experience.
That was so dope. I ain't gonna lie, it was cool. So what I would do in my class on Fridays, we do like a Friday celebration with the students. So I don't know how I started. I'm a big fan of Wild 'N Out. So how you like at the family reunion who we introducing. I was like, man, okay, I can remix it. We can do a class reunion. My students introduce me, introduce their classmates, things like that. So obviously they had more fun introducing me. So they introduced me, and you already know how to Wild 'N Out go. You joke, this and that, talk about my head, and I just gave them an opportunity to be themselves, have fun. Like, look, it's Friday, man. Enjoy yourself, and I want to give you that creative space where you can kind of showcase your personality. Because I'm big on personality, and that's how a lot of people, that's how a lot of people are familiar with me. So if I want to showcase my personality, I want to get these young kids, because you think about it, I teach 6th grade. So think about going from 5th elementary school, then to 6th grade. You're making that stepping stone into middle school. So I want to give you the opportunity to kind of find yourself, truly be who you are and stuff like that. But with the Nick Cannon, like I said, we did the Wild and Out games, post on my social media, went viral. We was posted on the Shade Room, and we was posted on a whole bunch of platforms. But one of Nick Cannon's producers reached out to me on Instagram. It was like, "Hey, we love your video. We saw it. Nick wants you to come out to New York and be on his show." And when I first saw it, I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Huh?" It just kind of, I didn't even know I didn't even know he really had a talk show at the time. So when they reached out to me, I was like, "Okay, well, you know," I'm like, "All right, well, go ahead and fly me to New York." I never been to New York anyway, so they flew me to New York, you know, made sure I was good. I'll never forget, like, I think we filmed that Monday. I was like, "Man, this is crazy." Like, I'm from Mississippi, man, that is different. You know what I'm saying? To be in a space like that, and then I'm from Mississippi, like, we get a lot of negative attention. So to be a young black man shining light on positivity, because I'm telling you, it's like a jungle out here. I'm not lying at all. And, you know, just for me to be that face of positivity, doing my thing, and just being able to have that reach on that big of a platform, like, it was pretty dope, man. It really was.
Last question I would have for you. I ask all our guests this: what's your motivation? You know, what's been the biggest motivation throughout your journey, and what drives you to do what you do every single day?
Man, just being honest, man, just as a black male, just black essence. That's really the main thing. Like, because I've done with this journey has really been crazy. I mean, just think about it. How in the world, like, I'm a member of Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. My students mispronounce my name. And with all that being said, it just took on a whole different life of its own. So, I mean, I've been a BET Awards, Good Morning America, local radio, local news, like Nick Cannon show. I've been doing all these things, but everything happens for a reason. And I think about it like, man, you know, I really want to be that figure. I want to make an impact on my life, the life of others, and really just overall just living. So, I mean, what really just drives me is like, man, I'm in a position of influence. So it can go so many different ways, but I wanted to be elevated, and I wanted to go in a direction where I can really make a change. So I'm in a position where people are looking at me in a point of influence, and I'm literally just thinking, like, what can I do to really shine light on positivity? What can I do to just make other people be like, man, I can do this, I can do that. So, I mean, just waking up every morning, just realize, like, people realize the work that I'm doing, and I'm just like, how can my work be better? And that's literally what I think about every single day, because people are like, man, I see you doing this and that. I'm like, okay. Like, I realized, like, it's crazy, because I would have never in my life just thought something so simple as kids mispronouncing my name would give me the influence that I have now. So overall, like, man, you know, I just want to strive for excellence, and I want to be a positive influence for other people.
That's 100. And this obviously is a sports show, but you told us off the air you do some HBCU game day?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So I've been working with HBCU game day for like the last 3 years. So 2019, I covered the SWAT championship with Alcorn State University won. You know,
they did. They did.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, man. You know, the Braves been holding it down now. You know, I so love the Jackson State. Dion got them rocking hard right now. But before Dion, so let me put it like this: before Jackson State was doing their thing, Alcorn was taking over the East, and we was killing the East so much. They said we got to take y'all to the West. You know, y'all got to let somebody else have their time. So Jackson State doing their thing. Hopefully, Alcorn bounce back within this year, moving forward. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, for the next 3 years, it's gonna be Jackson State versus Alcorn SWAT championship. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that right now.
So who gonna play in the Celebration Bowl though?
So when
who gonna play in the Celebration Bowl this year?
I'm gonna be 100. I don't even know, because nobody really wins the Celebration Bowl in the SWAC. Grambling was the only team that won. We went back to back, and we never won a Celebration Bowl. Jackson State won the SWAC this year, Celebration Bowl, and lost. So, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I will say I'm not gonna make it, because it's gonna be Jackson State and Alcorn this year. And I'm rooting for Alcorn, but Jackson State, they got that boy Travis Hunter. So I think put it like this: the SWAC gonna take it this year. That's how I'm gonna do it. I ain't gonna say no specific team.
So
But-
who's your favorite
Oh,
Alcorn? Okay. What about NFL? You got a favorite NFL team?
I'm not too much. Growing up in the South, you know, a lot of people got out here. So I rock with the Saints. But like, I'm not a die-hard just NFL team. Like, wait, you talking about the NBA? I'm rocking with them Lakers, baby. They been rocking with them boys since day one. Kobe, you know,
Yeah.
honestly, I've been rocking with the Lakers forever.
I knew we got along for a reason, bro. This is
Oh,
something.
man. I might say it's been a tough year this year, but man, you know, we're gonna see how they finish out.
Yeah, we gotta do something.
Yeah, we gotta get it together, but yeah, but HBCU game day, you know, that's what I've been doing. You know, my thing with HBCU game day, my whole brand, not necessarily my brand, I'm an HBCU athlete. So I'm gonna ride hard behind Alcorn or just a SWAC in general. So with my, you know, position of influence, I want people to know about HBCUs. The people really be sleep on how hard we coming in HBCUs. And I love the fact that Dion is really shining a light on HBCUs and the talent that we have, and you know, like just the opportunities that can be created within HBCUs. So, you know, my goal, like going into like the fall, I mean, you know, I really want to definitely tap in with HBCU game day, ESPN. Like I want to ESPN, you all that. Like I really just want to shine light on HBCUs. It's like, man, look, SWAC football is rocking right now. SWAC football is where it's at. So, you know, we got to let the world know what's up.
That's 100. That's 100, bro. That's all I got for you, my boy Gill. You got anything else for?
No, man, I'm just happy your brother came on the show, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Oh, no, I appreciate y'all for that, man.
Already, man. But take it easy. Appreciate you joining us, man. And much love to you along the journey, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. For real, for real.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man.
All right.
All right.